Uh-oh. Oh no, 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 no. What did I do? Oh no, 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 no. Uh-oh. Oh no, 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 no. What did I do? Oh no, 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 no. That's annoying. Okay. Hopefully that ends up okay. Maybe if I go right here, that will be fine. This is crazy, bro. This is crazy. What the heck? All right. Híjole, híjole. Let's go to live. Come on, what's up, man? Good to see you here. Come on. Greetings and salutations. That always reminds me of Charlotte's Web. Salutations. What's up, Melancholy? David Flores. I've been missing you. It's opposite. I ain't missing you at all. I've been missing you so much since we've been gone away. What's up? Fitty Trees. Skyrim Adventure. Skyrim Adventure Lord. Dang, I need a Tomas Aspinall surgery, bro. I can't see anything. Dang! David Flores is gray again. I think I'm turning gray. I think I'm turning gray. I really think so. Positive manifestation, love. Oh my love.
My flow goes deep like the ocean.
To Saginaw, Miami.
I might hit the
I'm out here like
real
Adesanya.
motion, cause I'm sipping on this green tea potion.
Did you guys hear Israel Adesanya's a DJ now, apparently? That's the closest that Adesanya ever gets to a DJ, as in Mighty Mouse, scratching discs. He's a DJ now. He's out there messing with volumes. James Diamond, thank you, bro. You are one funny mofo. Love and respect from Newcastle. NSW, Australia, mate. I am blessed, bro. Have I mentioned Volkanovski is my favorite active fighter? Thank you for the kind words, bro. No más Aspinall. Lord Racer, what's up here? And Praving Third, what's up? Jane Caulfield. Stop it, brother. Oh, dang. Stop. Hold on, brother. I'm peeing. Hold on, brother. I'm urinating. Thank you, bro. I'm doing my best, man. I'm doing my best to help you during your commute, during your chores, during your dishes, during your laundry. What's up, new chip, Skylark? James Bishop coming through already. Thank you for doing it. I got James Bishop with me. Congratulations, Moto King Austin. You have now infiltrated the dark web of the Mexican martial arts. What's up, Lita fans? Your channel is gonna be bigger than Alex Jones. Can you tell me how long it'll take? I would love to know how long it will take. That would be fantastic. Then I could really make some plans with my life. I would love that so much. I don't know if I would want to be that big, though. I'm a paranoid person. I like my privacy. You know? I just want to be able to not be stressed out every month, you know? If I could do that, I'm good. The seeding begins. People already know of James Bishop's legend. If home is where the heart is, what if the heart isn't at home? Dang, that's deep, bro. That's sad. They ain't got no heart in the home. It kind of reminds me of that little fox that Marloca shows us from time to time. It's like he's ripping out that heart and showing like sometimes he's like that kind of homie. He'll let you take that heart home with you. Sometimes like he'll turn around and go home without a heart himself. He'll lend you one like Blockbuster. He'll send you one for a couple of days till you get it all figured out, you know? I think that's the bigger message, because I think that kind of, you know, that statement kind of depresses me for a moment, melancholy, but then it makes me feel like, hey, that's even like more profound. Like, you just follow the heart then, bro. It's like follow your heart, even though the heart is wicked and deceitful. Who could understand it, you know? But, you know, we're not getting into that right now. Greetings from Vietnam. What's up, man? Much love to Vietnam. Is it Vietnam or Vietnam? Hey, thank you, Balloon Fart. Thank you for stopping by. I kind of wasn't sure that I was going to go live right now, but I just wanted to, at least for a little bit. At least real quick. We didn't stream yesterday. Did we? I don't think we did. We didn't stream Sunday. It's like, you know what? I just want to dip in real quick. Because I have a little job I got to do tomorrow. A little gig I got to do. And it's mentally exhausting when I do those. I'm not really looking forward to it. So that's going to take up my whole day. At least the earlier part of the day. So it's like, man, I'm not going to be able to stream again till like Thursday. So I just wanted to come peek in real quick. So thank you for stopping by, Balloon Fart. From Russia? What do you mean Russia? Have you been from Russia all this time, bro? And I'm dumb and I didn't know that. James Diamond, your pre-fight trash talk is matchless, brother. You shut McGregor up. I'll just be telling him like Nate Diaz better hope. No matter what he says, he'll take off on like a 45-minute tangent. He's been rehearsing it in front of the mirror. He has all these punchlines that he's just getting exhausted. He's sweating. He's out of breath. He's pacing the stage. He's checking his palm for his notes, making sure he hits all the different moments. And I just go, better hope. He's like, bro, give me something. I'm trying to get under your skin. I'm just like, better hope.
I'm not surprised.
He'll say all that stuff. He'll just take off and just get all, you know, he'll give me a whole sermon. And at the end of it, I'm just going to confuse him. I'm going to be like, whose hot dog is this? What's up, Cuba Tricks? Why you steal Nancy Guthrie, GM? Who the heck is Nancy Guthrie? I didn't steal her. Nancy Guthrie. Wait, what's that? Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. What the heck? Who is she? Nancy Guthrie teaches the Bible at, well, there's your first, never mind. Nancy Guthrie teaches the Bible at her home church, Cornerstone Presbyterian Church in Franklin, Tennessee. Biblical Theology Workshop. It's kind of anti-biblical, but it's neither here either. That's messed up, though. I mean, dang. Person detained in Nancy Guthrie's shoe. Hopefully she's all right. Hopefully she just got raptured or something. That's messed up. I don't know nothing about. I mean, didn't you see my shock and awe and surprise? I've never even heard of her, bro. I don't know nothing about her. I never seen her, and unfortunately, no one confirmed my alibi as of the last 72 hours. But that's my business. What the heck? Man, how do you guys get so ahead of me in the chat? I can't. Man, I'm so blind. I'm like blinder today. Here we go. Hey, did the new Street Fighter movie come out already? I know that Volkanovski's in it, but it's not out, right? I don't want to miss it. Curling trucks. Oh, dang. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. I'm starting with Lil Subarus. Oh, your cat died today? No. Look, dang it, bro. This is terrible losing a pet, man. It's terrible. I hate it. We had a dog that passed away in like, dang, man. Can't even believe it. It might have been like 20. I don't even know. I try not to think about it. 2022, 2023. And it was brutal, man. Oh, it was brutal. And there's something about a pet, like, you absolutely feel responsible for it. Like, you're supposed to take care of it. Like, they're a pet. They don't have, like, human intelligence. And I know human intelligence doesn't even go that far these days. But, not as far as they used to. But something about, like, when a pet passes, I mean, at least for me, there was this weird sense of, like, I'm sorry. Like, I wish I could have done something. I wish I could have helped you. And then they can't even talk and you can't communicate. And then for some people, it's different. For some people, it was sick and you kind of saw it coming. Other people, it's like a freak thing. And it's like, oh, no, it's my fault. I shouldn't have left that open, or I shouldn't have done that, or I shouldn't have let them eat that, or I shouldn't have let them stay out in that, or I shouldn't I should have took him to the vet this time, or I should have gave him that kind of medicine, whatever it is. And man, I felt terrible, man. Oh my gosh. And then I remember, like, I'll never forget the way my kids reacted, man. Something about, and I know this will sound like a stupid comment, and obviously it matters. It depends who it is, who you're talking about. But when that dog passed away, I felt like it hurt me more than people that I've known that passed away. It's weird. Like, and there's just something about, I don't know. Maybe because you live with it and you're, like, responsible for it. It's under your care. It's a weird feeling, man. I'm sorry to hear that. It's terrible. I mean, there's two things. The dog of mine that passed away was not feeling very happy and healthy anymore for a little while. And in a way, it was like, well, she's not in pain anymore. At least there's that relief. But the other thing, and it sounds kind of messed up, honestly, like, I never wanted to feel like she was getting replaced or anything, but when that happened, we had just got another dog. And one of the reasons I wanted to get that second dog was because our first dog was getting a little older, didn't feel so happy and healthy anymore. And I wanted to try to do what I could to extend her life and make her feel youthful again, give her someone to play with, that kind of thing. And when she passed away, then it was like, well, now the other one is like a toddler dog and has no one now. And my kids were a mess and I was a mess. And I was like, I don't want to replace her. You know, she was very special. We had her for a long time. And I was like, you know what? We'll get another little dog, but we'll get a boy dog. Because I was like totally against, like, I don't want to feel like we're replacing her. We'll get like a boy. And it just so turned out that the people that we got that dog from, they considered him like a little runt. They didn't want him. They thought he was ugly. Nobody wanted him. They kept trying to sell him. They kept knocking the price down. Nobody would take him. And I don't know what they were going to do with him if they couldn't sell him. And we ended up getting him. And then he just, I mean, everybody just absolutely loved him and loves him now. Just has a funny little personality. And my consolation was like, you know, as terrible as it sounds, if she didn't pass when she did, and, you know, again, I found ways to try to make myself feel better about it because she was like sick and older. It's like we never would have come across this other little dog that needed a home, that was like unloved, and, you know, they didn't care for him. They're probably just gonna throw him out in the gutter, like literally. And it's like the timing is everything, because now it's hard to imagine our lives without this little one now. So, you know, I don't know what your situation is, Octopus, or what you're considering, but I know the last thing you want to hear right now. I feel like a jerk even saying this. I know the last thing you want to hear right now is, hey, go get another one tomorrow. But there's just something about caring for this creature that, you know, if you're a good owner, you know you're caring for it better than anybody else would. And then also knowing that it was almost like ours passing was like this like wonderful, like, goodbye gesture. Like, she paved the way for us to have this other dog in our life now that everybody loves and that would have been discarded, you know. So it's like almost like a in memory kind of thing, you know, not a replacement kind of thing, but in memory. Like, hey, we miss you and all that, and it hurts, but like, we want, because I think that's different than if you just get another cat like 5 years from now. I feel like there's something about the timing, like in the midst of this, if you do it as kind of like a in memory thing, that it's almost like it kind of keeps the lineal chain going, you know. I'm super weird about stuff like that. Like, some of you probably already like, what the heck is wrong with this dude? But like, I don't know, maybe you're not pet people, or you just are like sociopaths. I don't know. But it was a big deal. It was a big deal to me. It really messed me up for a while. I felt really guilty. All right, now that everybody's gone, great success. Oh my gosh, I'm so behind. I apologize. Um, Jimmy MS. You know what I think is very interesting? I can't even tell you how many people have left comments on my last few videos for no other reason than to inquire as to who this gentleman is right here. I've gotten so many comments of people say, "Who's that dude?" Someone told me they screenshotted him and tried to paste it in Google to track down who it was. Like, people are fascinated by this dude, and it kind of hurts me because I'm like, so no one watches the video. Like, I feel like if you see this dude and you don't know who it is, I'm offended. Like, you don't watch the videos or what? But it's also cool because it's making people ask questions. I'm surprised nobody brings up this dude right here. Every time I walk into the dojo, he freaks me out. I swear, I forget he's there every single day. Every time I walk in here, I hop into a cat stance. I forget he's there, man. Fool never blinks. Are you big timing us? Big timing you? I spent my whole day being depressed that nobody watched my videos. I ain't big time enough to big time anybody. Did you guys even know that I put out a video today? I put out a video today that I was pretty happy with. I felt like it had some good moments. And according to YouTube, it's 10 out of 10, which is bad. I know that sounds good. When it comes to YouTube, you want your most current upload to be 1 out of 10. This one was 10 out of 10, which meant it performed the absolute worst out of my last 10 uploads. I was so upset, man. I've been bummed out all day. Hey, Jay Smith, I know it's not preferable. I know this. Unfortunately, it tends to change constantly. I'm thinking this week it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be tomorrow. I'm almost positive it's gonna be tomorrow. So hopefully that works out for everybody. I also want to say, I don't think ARJR is here right now, but I want to mention that, dang it, I'm stupid behind. I want to mention that, Jessica, Jane Call, I don't know. I haven't seen, is Marloca here? Marloca, Jane Caulfield, Jessica. I did get some artwork from ARJR, and I just need to not resize it, but I need to make the sizing correct for this platform. Make sure the contrast and brightness and all that is good so you can see it when it's in the little. I don't want to give away too much right now because I don't know who. Some people, I kind of heard about it, but I think it's cool to kind of keep it a secret a little bit to the big reveal. But he did send me some stuff, and I got to resize it, make sure the color looks good, and like put a name or something on them. And then, dang it, I'm probably not going to be able to do another real stream again till like Thursday. But I want to have them by then. I just wanted to tell you I have them, and it's just on me now to do that part. I'm slacking a little bit. Dang, that's what a kidnapper would say. Yo, you were YouTube featured for me. Michael Fury. I have a big fat question for you right now. I've asked people this, and I feel like I've never received an adequate answer. I have no idea what YouTube featured means. Does that simply mean like, okay, right now I'm going to click on the YouTube icon and it's just gonna refresh my homepage? Does that simply mean it's on your homepage, or does it say like the word featured on it, or something special, some kind of lower third or icon or something like that? Or do you simply mean that it was at the top of your page, like the uploads that are right there front and center for you to click on it? Is that what you mean? Because people have told me over the months, hey, it's getting featured, YouTube's featuring you. And I'm like, what does that mean? YouTube didn't tell me anything. I don't know if I should be happy. I'm very happy to hear it. I just don't know what it means. I'm always so curious. And then one time somebody told me, I'll screenshot it and show you what it looks like. I don't remember who it was. And they never sent me anything. But I don't know. Maybe there's nothing to send. What the heck? Michael Fury, oh my gosh. As if Michael Fury hasn't already done enough. I'm out here asking him to turn in some homework. I'm over here doing too much. It's raining out here. Is it raining where you guys are at? I thought we were done with this. I don't mind it. I like the rain.
I got all my homies with me.
I've always liked the rain.
We are family.
I just thought it was over with.
Cause I got all my homies with me.
Jane, does it rain in Canada or does it just snow?
We are family. Cause I got all my homies with me.
Thank you, Michael Fury. Unbelievable. It's not out till October. Oh, dang. Oh, I just got a notification as I said that. Expected to stop raining at your location at 7:34. Like, you know. Sami Sharif, you the man, GM. Love all your content, the YouTube news shorts. Thank you, bro. Thank you, Sami Sharif. Cause I got Sami Sharif with me. Thank you, bro. You know what? My video did atrociously today. I'm pretty sure after the stream, I'm gonna try to cut some shorts and draw people back to it. I'm telling you, I was very upset. I thought it was a good video. Thank you, Sammy Sheriff. I'm gonna keep trying to put out some more of those for you, bro. I'm not mad at you, Jay Smith. Why would you think such a thing? Who told you I was mad at you? We've got some snitches in here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and maybe it's just me. Yeah, I appreciate you, Angel. I'm a little weird too, and I realize that. I've always had even like a weird thing even with inanimate objects, and I think that's one of the reasons why I'm a hoarder. Like there's things that I have from my childhood that I wouldn't even want to tell you that I still have. And I feel like if I were to get rid of them, to part ways with them, to throw them, that it would literally be like telling my best friend, like, I hate you, get out of my life. Like, I don't know. I wish I wasn't like that. Trust me. My life would be so much easier if I didn't care about stuff like that. But that's just the way I am. I have these weird connections to things, and like they're connected to certain memories and certain feelings. And it's like, how could I do that? I would have to be heartless to get rid of that thing. And then I just have all these different reasons and justifications for all these things. So imagine with like a living creature. Man. And I spend so much time with the animals too, because I'm like, I work from home, you know, so I'm always around the animals. Absolutely, Octopus. So she was older too. Yeah, that was my solace, man. Cause I remember seeing my dog, and man, it's heartbreaking. Like when we would see her, like, gosh, it hurts to see, man. Like you when your dog is younger and healthy, and they'll just jump up on the couch or something, or they're running around. And I remember she got to an age where she was just like always coughing, and then she'd wheeze if she ran too much. She couldn't really play anymore. I remember she would try to jump on the couch, and there was a couple of times she didn't make it and would fall, and it was heartbreaking to see, man. And there was that piece of me that I just tried to force to just keep telling myself, this is better for her. She was miserable. I was keeping her around because, I didn't want to part ways with her, but she was miserable. And they do their best to humor us toward the end, to still be there for us and to love us. But yeah, like I'm telling you, man, the dogs that we had, there's something to me, there's something special about still having one of the dogs that was there when we had her, and then now adding to that. It's kind of, again, I know it sounds stupid, but it's almost like a lineal thing, as opposed to having like a 3, 4, 5 year gap and then you get new animals. Then I feel like it does kind of replace, or like it's a new wave. I feel like this is kind of like the same little family. We even refer to the new little boy dog as her brother. He's a white little dog just like she was. Um, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, man. Marilena's parents were like that. They weren't like animal people, so she never got to have that as a child, and then she grew up kind of being like a heartless robotronic weirdo that kind of didn't like dogs. And I was like, well, then I don't think I like you, because never trust someone that don't like dogs. But then she came around. Um, yeah, Giancarlo, I try to think of it like that, bro. And I think of it like in her memory and like in honor of her, that it really does make me feel better to think of it like that. And he has very much like the same, and I don't mean this in a weird, like in like a spiritual, like voodoo kind of way. I'm just saying, like, as in like common speak. He has like the same spirit as her, kind of like the same temperament and stuff. I think it's very strange, very funny. Um, what's up, ARJR? Oh, I also let the people know. I let all the people know involved. I didn't reveal too much because I kind of wanted to be a cool little reveal when we actually have them. But I felt bad because I didn't have the artwork ready to post yet today, because I need to resize them properly for YouTube and put names and stuff like that. So hopefully by my next stream I have the photos for the ladies. Oh yes, it's ladies night and the feeling right. Oh, what a night. I think there should be a pet division in the UFC. I kind of like that, but then I'm like, oh man, animal violence could get real ugly real quick. um, Let me try to skip ahead, because I was just like, Langford Jeremy, what's up, man? Thank you. He says, you like Aspinall? I don't, bro. I believe me, even though I know it's hard to believe me because of some of the things I say sometimes. I really try not to be a hater, bro. I really try not to be a scathing, like, negative dude. I'll joke around here and there, but I mean, just to be very matter of fact, I'm not a fan. And that's just, some people, it's almost like what's the right way to put it? Not hormonal, not genetic, not. It's just like sometimes you're in a room with someone, you're like, I haven't even spoke to you. I just feel like I'm not gonna like you. You know, pheromones. I don't know what it is. It's just every time that dude opens his mouth, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's not like I came out the gate like hoping to dislike him. ARJR. I'm here, man. He's here. It's clear. Get used to it. Me, show me that you see my Joe. Don't leave me on, girl. Oh, snap. I saw a big yellow. Thank you, Marloca. I don't know if you were here when I was talking about that fox, or if I'm so behind it. You put that fox before I even talked about it, but I was talking about this fox earlier because someone said, if it's true that home is where the heart is, what if your heart's not at home? And then I was using this fox as an analogy about how he just rips out his own. He's so selfless that he just rips out his own heart from time to time to just share it with. It's kind of like take a heart, leave a heart kind of a situation. And it's just blessing communities with that big old heart. You know, you could just nibble little chunks off of it. It's just like a lizard. It'll just grow right back. It's on my homepage, and it had the YouTube feature logo in the corner. Bro, okay, first of all, that is the best explanation anyone has ever given me. What is the YouTube featured logo? I swear I Googled this before. Because I was thinking of everything. I was Googling. I was Googling YouTube feature logo. Like I was thinking of, I was trying to think from every angle. YouTube featured logo. See, when I Google it, there's nothing that says anything about YouTube featured or what that, like, I don't even know what a YouTube featured logo looks like. Does it have the word featured in the logo? Is that part of the logo? I couldn't find videos about it. I can't find images about it. I have no idea. And I'm not trying to be, I don't want to be annoying about it, Mike Alfieri. I don't want to ask too many questions about it, but I am wondering which video was it? Because the video I uploaded today is doing terribly. So it's like, why would they have featured this one? And if they did, how is it not getting any views? I don't know, man. Oh, I love this song too much. What you know about this? Oh my gosh, bro. Tower of Power. Well, it's my time. I love this song, man. Still a young man, baby. Ooh. Sarah Grandmaster. Making it rain each time a layer comes off. What the heck? You know what that reminds me of? I'm gonna take it the other way, Sarah Grandmaster. I'm gonna take it the other way. I remember when I was... I don't think I want to tell this story. I remember when I was in middle school. I can't remember what movie it was. Was it one of the American Pie movies? There was a movie that we watched. It was one of these teen movies. You know how it was just left and right in those days. All these teen movies. And there was some kind of a scene or conversation or something about somebody playing strip poker. And I remember we were going on a field trip. And we brought a deck of cards because we had been talking and making plans and scheming. And supposedly we were going to play strip poker, right? And so all the girls punked out. And I can't remember if it was a thing like, well, I'm not going to punk out. Or if it was just like we still thought it was cool. Just the fact that you're playing strip poker seems so cool and adult and like, you know, spicy. That we still did it. We were still gonna do it even without the girls. But it never ended up materializing. I know that. Or it was either that or because I kind of feel like we started, but then we were like, what are we doing? I think we took off like, you know what? I think it was kind of like it was the kind of thing where as long as it's, and it's the same even today in some situations, as long as it's funny enough, it's not gay. As long as it's if it's for the funnies. And I think I remember we like everyone's shoes came off. I think a good amount of socks came off. Overshirts, because especially in those days, you know, you always wore 2-layer. In those days, you remember what I'm talking about, right? Some of you, even your t-shirts. We would even wear the t-shirts double layer. Like Natalie, you know what I'm saying? With the Band-Aid and everything. We would even wear the t-shirts double layer back then. I think when it started to get like, hey, I only got one shirt left. Because you don't want to be sitting around with your homies like scoping nipples and stuff like that, you know? I mean, I came from this town. It was like a bunch of Mexicans. I think it's different with like maybe like white dudes and stuff like that. But as just from where I come from, you're sitting down, you know, around the table with some homies. You don't want to be scoping each other's nipples. Just like, I don't even want to see my homies' toes, you know? I don't even want to know if my homies got 10 toes or not. I don't want to know. And I just feel like that's too intimate. And at a certain point, we called it quits, but I forgot about that until you just reminded me, Sarah Grandmaster. I took it the other way.
Whose hot dog is this?
That's what the winner says.
Whose hot dog is this?
Oh my gosh, bro. Start with the beanie. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. What is happening here? What the heck? Oh, for real, bro, with the dogs? Dang. You know what I get? You know what I need to have from Jessica rub off on Marilena to change, you know, temperature, to change that internal temperature, cuz I need Marilena to always be warm so I could crank the AC without having relationship defining arguments every time I want to turn on the AC. How do you toughen your eyes, Grandmaster? I've been using a stick and throwing sand in mine for training. I watch as many of those videos as I can of Holly Holm and Michelle Waterson dancing. I don't know how anybody enjoys those. They're tough on the eyes. That's my preference. That's my suggestion for intense, laborious eye training. I accidentally came across one the other day. Donnie does dishes. Based on what I read today, it sounded like he had a couple today. It said, why do you do this, bro? It said that he underwent surgery on both eyes. Grandmaster, who should I bet the house on next? I got debts to pay, carnal. Ooh, carnalgas. Bro. Kind of annoying that there's not an event this weekend, but I get it. I should have plans, shouldn't I? Hey, Helium, here's my best advice. Stay tuned. Because I'd feel very bad about giving you advice off the beanie without doing my homework and really taking my time to give you a good answer, bro. So stay tuned in, and I'll put my predictions up before it's the time, bro. Recon 4863. Thank you for blessing the community.
Cause I got all my homies with
Top
me.
Rivers is the recipient from your generosity. Thank you, Recon. And we got Angel Padilla.
Whose hot dog is this?
Thank you, bro. He's still on the lookout. It's at large. Dang. Yeah, I uploaded a video today. Oh, 559 in the house.
My flow goes deep like the ocean. It burns so hard, grab the lotion. I might hit the 3-wheel motion. Cause I'm sipping on this green tea potion.
See you on Blackstone, homie. Strip poker with the boys. Sausage poker. I mean, we were like, we didn't want to go home knowing that we didn't play that game. We had talked and dreamed and schemed and daydreamed and fantasized. And all I got to see was my homies sitting there with their toes out in their wife pleasers. You know what I don't like? That people that haven't been here and don't have the proper context often won't know what I'm referring to when I say wife pleasers, and they might think of something else. Yeah, for real, James Bishop. Leave the beanie for last. Did I? I have the worst short-term memory, bro. We know this. Shoot. I honestly don't remember, Tom Bow. I don't recognize any of the thumbnails. What song was it? I'm seeing Lord, I hope this day's good. I'm seeing good old boys like me. I'm seeing I believe in you. You're my best friend. Tosa time. Oh, I like his voice. I like his finger picking. I think he's playing an ovation. I want to get an ovation one day. Oh, dang. He's a good guitar player. I have it in my history now. I'm listening to one called You're My Best Friend, and I love that one already. ARJR, the kiss from the rose on the stream. La 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 la. What the? I actually don't get why there isn't an event this weekend, 3 events, and the UFC is like, yo, time. Look at, I kind of felt stupid right now when I was saying it out loud, and I caught myself. I think it's because this weekend is Valentine's Day. So So for those of you who just had the realization like me, and they're like, how come there's no events this week? Just before, I'm trying to help you guys before you walk into the house right now. You're like, what am I supposed to do this weekend? Stupid UFC, there's no events this weekend. What am I going to do with my life? And then your lady's like, so this weekend is Valentine's Day. So you guys better get prepared. You guys better get prepared. Figure out some activities that you could do with your lady. You could play a nice game of...
Whose hot dog is this?
This is a family show. This is a family show.
Stop the fight!
I apologize. It's been a long day. Oh boy, it's been a long day. Oh, you know my pain now. You know my pain now, huh, Jay Smith? YouTube's a bunch of punks, bro. Bunch of punks, dude. Valentine's Day. I know Angel didn't forget. It'll have to be a late night with the Grandmaster. What? His name's Slug? What a punk, man. It seems like everybody's ripping off the Grandmaster, huh? And they're all becoming more successful than him. Yeah, for real. That's the key, on time. I just got a very thoughtful, very generous donation right now on the PayPal from an individual who has made various threats and who has strong-armed me into silence to never reveal their identity. They don't want people. It's kind of like when somebody wins the lottery, you know, like you don't want anybody to know. You got to keep your anonymity. And I just want to say thank you. I'm forever grateful. And if everything goes according to, because it's a shoot. I gotta go do a shoot for a local company tomorrow. And hopefully we get it all wrapped up fairly early and it's all good. And in a perfect world, I come home and start the movie night at well, see, depends on how early I get here. Because if shoot, man. Let's say I get home by like 3 or something, then I'll think maybe I should stream from like 3 to 5. Start the movie like right at 5. Which would be 7 o'clock for some of you, 8 o'clock for some of you. Because if I get back and start the movie like right at 2 or 3, like that's going to burn all the people on the West Coast. So maybe I should say this. The goal is to start the movie like 5 o'clock, if anything, somewhere between 5 and 6 tomorrow. That's the goal right there. Hot dog. They had fights on Valentine's before. Maybe Paramount's like, nah, chale, we don't do stuff like. Maybe they got like their own Hallmark wing or something like that, and they're like, we're pushing love movies on this weekend. We don't want no fights. That's not how Paramount gets down. It's Paramount that you show love on these love days. Thank you, this drone. 10th super on a live stream. Thank you, bro. Chale. Sarah Grandmaster, Charlie. You're gonna have to take a little piece off that fox's heart. That's the community heart that you could take. It's kind of like that daily manna, you know. You just take what you need from that daily heart, from the daily portions. All Britain. I've never partaken, Vin. Tomorrow we're gonna be watching I believe it's Hard to Kill by Steven Seagal. Hard to Kill. That might be my second favorite. I think Out for Justice is my favorite one. Hard to Kill might be my second favorite. Oh dang. What happened, James? You don't feel nothing? You're like Khabib? Sometimes I could be a blessing, bro. I don't feel nothing. Sometimes I feel like I feel too much and I wish I didn't. I've thought of that several times. Life would be so much easier to just be like a robot and not care about anything and be heartless. It would be so much easier, bro. To just be like Jack Nicholson on that one movie. What's that one movie that he did? As Good as It Gets. Just live life like Jack Nicholson in As Good as It Gets, but like minus racism. I don't need to be racist, you know. I don't have any desire to be racist. You should remake what? Where can we suggest a film? Patreon? Man class. You could do it here. Anywhere. Patreon here. Oh, dang, James. How come you feel that way, bro? I have to say though, I will say this, James. I think it was the Romans. Where did I first hear of this from? I think it was like Roman, the arts and writings and different things in their culture and poetry and a lot of their plays. They did something to love. It had to be the Romans because they're the ones that even conceptualized the whole Cupid thing, right? He looks like a little Roman. The Romans did something to, and you could look this up, anybody, I forget, but they did something to love that they are the originators of what, because, you know, I've, unfortunately, a lot of people today, when they think of love, they think of what they see in romantic comedies. They think of what they see on the Hallmark Channel. They think of what they hear about in pop music. And for the most part, quite a bit of that is not love. It's lust. It's infatuation. It's codependence. And believe it or not, it's actually idolatry. So a lot of, so I, you know, to kind of find common ground right there with you, James Bishop, what I will say is, because obviously I can't say that I believe love is a concept for children on myself. I can't personally say that. That would be so hypocritical of me to say, especially having the faith that I have and, you know, the love I have for my kids and my wife and stuff like that. But what I will say is I could understand. I could at least wrap my beanie around how someone could come to that conclusion because of what society has done, how it's contaminated the word love. So you see things that are called love and it's like, that's foolish. That looks stupid. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. It looks immature. It looks codependent. It looks unhealthy. It looks toxic. It's pathetic. It looks weak. It's oftentimes what's perpetuated, at least, emasculating. So I get it. But unfortunately, I think that's just the narrative of love that society pushes. And it's not real love. Real love is a totally different thing. James Bishop.
We are family. 'Cause I got
Out
all
here
my
blessing
homies with
people.
me.
James Bishop just said,
We
I wish I
are
felt anything.
family. 'Cause I
And
got
he's
all
out
my
here
homies
making
with
others
me.
feel that.
We are
He's out here being that
family.
for them.
'Cause I got all my homies with me.
And just the fact that you're even saying
We
that, bro,
are
that you wish you
family.
felt anything, that's huge,
'Cause I
bro.
got all my homies
You know how many
with
people
me?
don't care whatsoever? I'm over here
We
saying I wish
are
I didn't.
family. 'Cause
And
I
you're saying
got
that
all
you wish
my
you did.
homies
I
with
mean,
me.
that's huge, bro. I'm screenshotting that Gone in Pieces. Guy Ritchie. All right. I can't say the name of that movie, Monclas, but I'll screenshot it. You know what I was thinking about the other day? I know I know this is the stupidest thing. But I was like, wouldn't it be funny if Angel and Jessica like weren't even married and they were like strangers and they lived on like opposite parts of the world, and it was like this inside joke that one day, like years ago in the stream, they said, hey, let's make everybody think that we're a couple, and none of us saw it. And I don't know why I thought of that out of nowhere, but I thought that would be the most hilarious thing ever. They don't even know each other, and they're just been pranking us for like 6 years. Oh, but it is beautiful. It is beautiful to see the love that you have. Supposedly, Billy the Kidder, they did, bro. And I was telling them to be quiet. I was telling them to stop being so pessimistic. I believed in you, bro. I believed in you. Yeah, Trangio. I've said it before, and I'm not trying to get all preachy on you or anything like that. But I'll just say this. I've said it in my personal life, and I'm pretty sure I've said it on here. I feel, and look, there's a lot of people, I see it all the time. I'll watch all these apologist videos and people doing these debates with atheists and stuff like that. And I understand there's plenty of people out there, plenty, who are like, I'm happy and I'm a good person and I do good things and good deeds and I help people and I give to charity and this and that and I don't even believe in God. So I get that there's people that feel content and feel like they're doing everything they're supposed to and they're proud of themselves. I get it. But I'll tell you this, I could only speak for myself. I feel that I have no redeeming qualities and that I can be petty, sarcastic, pessimistic, stubborn, egotistical, jealous, frustrated, bleak in every way. It's my faith and my efforts to imitate Christ that where that is reflected. Because I feel like if I didn't do, like I had to do that with Marilena today. I was in the car with Jesse Jr. and she was in the car with another child of mine. And we were on the phone and had an unfortunate conversation. and I wanted to get off the phone. So I started... I was pretending that I was losing signal so that I could get off the phone. So we got off the phone, and I thought about it for a few minutes. And I realized that at his young age, for Jesse Jr., it has been entrusted to me. I am his earthly representation. I am his earthly father, and it is my responsibility to bring him up in these ways, to train him up in these ways that I believe to be true. And I called her back. And I apologized. And I kind of tried to make a joke out of it. I was like, I think I'm just angry because I haven't seen you all day. I had to. And then after we got off and of course, it made her day. And then and then after that, I talked with Jesse Jr. and I was like, this, I didn't articulate it to him quite like this, but this ain't Hallmark. This ain't what it is at its core is sacrificial. It's sacrificial love. Put pride aside, put ego aside, put my preferences aside. I don't like to apologize. I don't know what that is. I didn't grow up with that. That's foreign to me. I came around all this and said all this to say that I have no redeeming qualities. The only time I do something good is when I'm trying to imitate Christ. If I'm not imitating Christ, I'm a piece of garbage. And I have no problem saying that. I'm not exactly sure what chat I saw that made me start talking about this. Maybe one train, only Jesus knows real love. I mean, if I just tried to act on what I thought was love or show what I thought was love, it would be nothing but lust, infatuation, control, jealousy. Again, I only speak for myself. Maybe some of you are perfect. Maybe you don't believe in none of that and somehow you became perfect. Congratulations. I can only speak for myself. No retreat, no surrender. Heck yeah, bro. Heck yeah. Classic. I could watch that every weekend. That would shatter everything I've ever known. Oh, why are you stressing, Jay Smith? I feel bad, bro. That's the life I live. The YouTube, you're just a stress ball, bro, trying to be a YouTuber. I got proof in my office, GM. You keep photos? You keep photos up? That's good, man. That's a good practice right there. Oh, thank you, Billy the Kidder. Yeah, for real. Yeah, you're right, Jane. Yes, Marilena Jr. Heartless Steve, it's only a matter of time, bro. It's only a matter of time. We all, it happens to the best of us. I was gray. A couple weeks ago. It can. That's right, Billy the Kidder. I guess it can. When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall, and in the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call, telling me I need a girl who's as sweet as a dove for the first time in my life. I see I need love. There I was, giggling about the games that I had played with many hearts, and I'm not saying no names. Then the thought occurred, teardrops made my eyes burn. As I said to myself, look what I'm going to get copyright claim. Did you know satanic, the original older definition, meant selfish? To be satanic is to be selfish. Satan is all about the self above all. We live in a satanic society, but nobody knows about it. Absolutely, Cody. That's why when you learn about like Satanism and the Church of Satan and all that, it's like this almost facade or justification, like, hey, all you weirdo Christian people, you guys have been lied to and deceived. Look, read it. It doesn't even say anything about wickedness and evil and being corrupt and sacrifices and killing people. It's all about the first sin ever. It's all about what created the fall. Pride, selfishness, ego, me. That's at the core of all that evil. It doesn't have to be someone, with, a pitchfork and horns and all that. That's what's at the core of all of it. Self. This drone, remember, for 39 months. Thank you, bro.
We are family.
Thank you. I try my best,
'Cause I
man.
got all my homies
Sometimes I start
with
talking,
me.
I'm like, where am I going with this? You're a good man, GM. Remember, God loves you and you must love yourself, because only when you love yourself can you love any of God's creation. Yeah, I've struggled with that, man. I've struggled with that. You're correct. You are correct. I need drugs. They did a parody. Oh my gosh. Because I have all my bills and everything paid up for the month, but I need money for Yup. I know, bro. I've had similar conversations with Marilena this last week. I was trying to get something the other day, and I went, and they said, nope. And I said, okay. I know, bro. I know. Yeah, man. Can I still be considered a good person through the eyes of a Christian even if I am not? Can you be considered a good person through the eyes of a Christian even if you're not a good person? Or can you be considered, if I'm not a Christian myself? Can I? So, Jane, I'm going to give you an answer that I think might sound okay to you. Jane, here's my answer. Here's what I like about Cliff Connectly. He always I like his method, and I'm not even trying to copy it. I just feel like I resonate with him because I express myself the same way. I always like to turn things on myself. And I'll put it this way. Don't sugarcoat me. I'll put it this way, Jane. I'm talking about myself here, and I'm a person for the most part. I truly believe in a very black and white, matter of fact way that there is no person that's good. And I know a lot of people pump that into the culture and into the media, because what that does is take away from the fall. It takes away from original sin. It takes away from sin, period. And it programs people to believe, I don't need redemption. I don't need salvation, because people are inherently good. Again, I can only speak for myself. I don't believe that. I do not believe people are inherently good. And that's not me trying to be a negative nacho. That just happens to be my faith. Backed by not only, I know that there's a lot of people that don't care whatsoever what Scripture says, but backed by both Scripture and historical, extra biblical things that affirm Scripture, and then all the archaeology that affirms that, and so on and all that. But my answer to that, Jane, is I don't believe anybody is good. I don't believe anybody, there are none righteous, no, not one. I think the only thing that is good about me is my confession and profession and awareness of needing a savior. So unfortunately, I guess by default, I would extend that to you or anybody else. I don't think anybody's good. Whether they're giving to charity, they adopt pets, they never cheated on their spouse, they've never cheated on their taxes. I mean, what is that? Good deeds by the world standards? For pats on the back? If there is no objective truth, if there is no objective right and wrong, what do those things matter anyway? If there is no objective truth, if there is no objective right or wrong, then racism isn't bad. Then the Nazis weren't bad. Then pedophilia isn't bad. Because how dare you say it's wrong? What if someone else doesn't? Who's at the top of that food chain? Who makes the call? The person that's the strongest? The person that's the oldest? The person that's the tallest? You draw straws? Who's in charge? I'll say this, Jane. I believe even in real life, we could be the best of friends, and I would think, I love this person. They bring me much joy. But I would say to all the people sitting in a circle around me, and I'd even point to myself and to my kids and to Marilena, and I would say none of us are good. And that's why we're in need of a savior. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I think I did not plan on this. Let's sing for Tomas. He was blind, but now he sees. People do. I've done stupid stuff in my life that I'm ashamed of, that I'm embarrassed of. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, David. If I understand what you're saying correctly, yeah. I mean, unfortunately, there's a ton of hypocrites. I mean, even Jesus called out the hypocrites and told them, it's lip service, and that they weren't for real, and that's why these people were gonna. I mean, it's very fascinating the wording that's used. The wording that's used has always fascinated me, because if you look, how many different... So on Matthew 7:22, I'm trying to find a decent translation. So listen to this. On that day, many will say to me, Lord, Lord, did we not prophesy in your name and cast out demons in your name and do many works in your name? This isn't people that are like, oh, snap, I should have believed in God. I was doing drugs every day. That's not them. Right here, Jesus is referring to people that went to church every week. They comb their hair, they put their tie on, they put on their cologne and their perfume. They smacked their kids if they cussed. They cranked up Lauren Daigle in the car. So they even went to Wednesday service. They went to Bible study. They pray. They pray over dinner when friends come over. Maybe they were speaking in tongues. Maybe they were putting hands on people. These are people that were going through the motions. These are people that even had themselves fooled. These are people that will say, Huh? I did this for you. I was on your team. We did many works in your name. We cast out demons. What are you talking about? Check the list again. I mean, for as many people who say, God, chale. I mean, it's sad how many people are like, oh yeah, I'm good. And that's not the case. Because it's not a matter of works. It's not a matter of how many times you showed up and how many things you gave up and how many scriptures you shared on Facebook. What did your life truly say when nobody was watching? Rational Satanists know more about the Bible than most Christians. I tend to believe that that's very possible. I've been astounded by some of the Christians that I've spoken with that don't seem to know anything about their Bibles. Anything. They sit in the pew and they lift up their hands during the music, and then they go to Denny's afterwards, and then let's do it again next week. Yeah, Jay. Yup. David Flores, I'm only asking you this because I care about you, man. Because, I mean, you've been in here a lot. It's not like someone that showed up for the first time and I'm just being, I'm just trying to press or anything like that. But what did you ever come across or see that gave you the impression that you'd be presented with something like that in the afterlife? It frustrates me that somebody would tell you that. Yeah, ARJR. I was just gonna, I wasn't gonna go. I was trying not to go. I don't know, man. I'm trying to be diplomatic. I know that's wrong, though. I can understand what you're saying, Cody, because, I see people online all the time preaching in the streets and stuff like that. And what it does for the most part, it just makes non-believers just dig their heels in even more. Because what happens when you debate with someone, when you argue with someone? You could be in mid-debate and realize, oh, snap, I think they're right, but I can't lose. So you just don't agree. So it's like a lot of the time you just got to show people with your life, with your actions. Yeah, Jay Smith, I see other people addressing it, and I didn't want to be a punk, but at the same time, if I'm going to be speaking what I think is truth, I better not water it down. And again, I mean, nobody has to agree with me. Nobody has to agree with me. I know there are people in this chat right now who absolutely love and follow Christ with all their heart who might not agree with this, but I don't believe that that's what Scripture teaches, Jay, and I don't even think you're saying you believe that. I think you're saying that's just what you were told at the time. But still, I mean, that doesn't have to be something that gives us a big snag right now. Angel says, I think you could be considered good, but that is not to say that we are free of sin. No good works will get you there. It's by his divine grace. So I think Jane, I don't know if it's because of being influenced by John MacArthur or what. And I don't mean to do it on purpose, but I think sometimes I'm guilty of, and maybe it's because like I said, I always turn everything on myself, and I can be maybe unnecessarily blunt and sometimes a little callous with my wording. Marilena has told me. I understand what Angel's saying, because it's semantics. It's semantics because, like Jane, like I said, I feel like if we knew each other in real life, which kind of sounds insulting because I feel like we do know each other, even though I know we don't know each other, but we do know each other. But even though I said what I said, and in a way I absolutely mean it, I feel like at the same time I would never be like, hey, Jane, she's a bad person. I would never say that, because obviously there's people here like, man, they're cool, I want to be around them, and then there's other people that are just like dirtbags and they're bad, and they are truly in the most external senses that's obvious to everyone, just wicked, and not in the good way. So yeah, I mean, I think you know what I'm saying. Yeah, Octopus says, David, as a person who used to be an atheist, my only advice is keep an open mind and look into whatever spiritual aspects you do see and believe it. It will open up new vistas to you. I think if I could go off of that, David, my current beliefs, because I think a lot of people have misconceptions about people of faith, that they are dumb and simple and brainwashed as kids. So, they still learn that because that's what their parents taught them. And I mean, which already could not be further from the truth. I mean, you could look in all these different nations where Christianity is growing even faster. There's so many people that think like, yeah, Christianity is this Western thing, and you only believe that because you're born here. There's so many countries around us that are growing in their rates of Christianity even more than us now. Over here in the U.S., the Great Satan. There's so many countries that are just booming with Christianity, and those are countries that are killed. They're executed for believing in it. That's hardcore right there. We take it so for granted. There's nations where if you proclaim the name of Christ, you are executed, and they're still growing at a faster rate than us because we're just all drugged up and numb and distracted over here. Everyone's scrolling. Everyone's watching Bad Bunny videos while people are getting their heads blown off because they got found with the Bible in China or whatever. But what I was going to say, to go with what Octopus was saying, was that I don't believe the things that, from the churches that I was raised in. So in a lot of ways, I feel like I had a similar trajectory that an atheist could have. I think there's some people, and I'm not saying this is the truth of you, David Flores. I'm just saying there are atheists who are like, I can't give in. I can't go to that. It'll look like I was stupid. Like I just gave up. I couldn't find a good enough argument. I caved, and it's like, no. If you were ever truly on a quest for truth, that doesn't matter. If you're ever sincerely on a quest for objective truth, then ego doesn't matter. There's no room for stubbornness or pride because you're just looking for truth wherever that leads you. So I often think of myself that I was on the same trajectory as an atheist could have been, where it's like I was raised this way and I believe this, but now I believe this because I started researching stuff and looking into stuff and checks and balances and you know, measuring this against that and coming to conclusions, actual critical thinking. I mean, just as a lot of people think that Christians are so dumb and simplistic because they believe in God, that's how atheists could be seen a lot of the time from being indoctrinated by the religion of the public education system. I mean, I'm not trying to be confrontational about it, but that's how I've worded it in conversations with people before. That's its own religion. You have faith in it. When you proclaim all these things and all these things that you believe that are anti-God, whether it be things from the creation of the universe or evolution or the age of the earth or whatever it might be, biology, male, female, those are things you have faith in. Just as you have faith that the chair is going to hold you when you sit down on it. People just get very uncomfortable with that terminology because they think I'm too intelligent to have something like faith. But, I mean, unless you were there when the foundations of the earth were laying, that is faith, homie. I mean, if someone taught you about the origins of the earth and the species and the universe and space and you didn't happen to be there, let me teach you something today. You've chosen to have faith in it. Because if you weren't there, it's just like if one of your homies tells you he saw one of your other homies at the gas station. You don't know. You just have faith in his statement because of the evidence. I know this dude. I don't think he would lie to me about something so silly. It's practical. I you know, that dude lives in the vicinity. I know that store. I guess he could go. It's the evidence. It's a calculation of circumstances. Gosh, that sounds so refreshing to hear, Jane. That's a big relief. That's deep. I love these chats. It's the first time in my life that religion wasn't told to me in a way that felt rude or abrasive. Jeez. The fact that I could create a space to have a conversation like this and have you say that. Jane, you saying, I'm going to screenshot that. I want to tell you something right now, Jane. You saying what you just said right now in the chat is the best thing I've ever done on this YouTube channel, as far as I'm confirmed. That is my greatest achievement. Being able to share that with you and you be able to feel that way about it. That's my greatest achievement in the last 10 years. Easily. That is my highlight. That's the most important thing I've ever done on this channel. GM, do you think Jesus was referring to those people as posers? Absolutely. Hypocrites. Jesus was scathing. It bothers me when people talk about him like this lovey-dovey, soft dude these days. Christ was scathing. Christ was a G, man. If some of you guys like that are like, I never read the Bible. I don't care about the Bible. What do they call him? I don't believe in that spaghetti monster, whatever, that's stupid. They make themselves sound so immature when they just resort to these over emotional like insults like that. It's so petty. It lacks all critical thinking or actual honesty about trying to pursue something true. It's just attacks. But if you actually read it, I mean, he's a G, man. He meant business. Thank you, Don Fry, the mustache guy. Thank you, bro. You probably weren't expecting this tonight. But I really appreciate that, man. Supposedly? I don't know, bro. I don't know about that, man. I mean, I listen to Nirvana sometimes, but shoot, man. Oh, jeez. Oh, shoot. Oh, shoot. Where am I? Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. I'm super behind. Shoot, man. I didn't realize I fell so far behind. Oh, my gosh. Absolutely 7 play. There are too many religions in this world. You know what? I think it was John MacArthur. That's my guy, man. How did he word it? I really don't want to botch it. Oh my gosh. How did he word it? Bear with me, please. Bear with me. Let me read this first to make sure this is right. So I've seen a couple of comments here in the chat already that I really wanted to address because David Flores said there are too many religions in this world, and I think it was Octopus that said something like he finds it hard to believe that an all-loving God would exclude anybody if they're sincerely trying to pursue something in any branch of religion. And I absolutely love the way that John MacArthur put it one time. And it's summed up right here. It's kind of giving me a little paraphrase. He teaches that all religious systems fall into only 2 categories. And it blew my beanie when I heard this a few years ago. There's not all these religions. There's not a ton of religion. It's a lie. You know what it is? Oh my gosh, bro. These moments are the moments that make me want to start my new channel. Option overload. I don't even know if that's the right term, but that'll help me remember it, and I'll look it up later. You know, like when you would go to Blockbuster, or when you're finally going to go treat yourself to something and get something you've been saving up and you got a couple paychecks, but then when you're actually there at the store, like I've done that. I wanted to buy a new Xbox game, or I wanted to buy something at wherever, and then once I'm there with the money, I'm looking, and I get like these options paralysis, and I'm like, maybe I'll just hold on to the money. That's the same thing that Satan does with religion. There's not all these, there's so many, this is stupid. They can't all be right. This is dumb. It doesn't make any sense. There's 2. However many religions you've ever heard of, there's 2. All religious systems fall into only two categories: the religion of divine accomplishment, which is based on the religion of divine accomplishment, which is when you put your faith in your salvation is not based on something that you've been able to attain. It's finding salvation in, for example, for me, again, I keep trying to point this back toward myself and speak for myself. It'd be having faith in Christ. Two categories: the religion of divine accomplishment or the religion of human achievement. Those are the only two: divine accomplishment or human achievement. He argues that Christianity rests solely on Christ's finished work, while all other systems rely on human effort, morality, or rituals to earn salvation. And I'm not going to name them because I don't want to turn this into... If I only speak on the positive and I only speak on what I think is good and redeeming, then if you care to, those breadcrumbs will lead you in the right direction. I don't need to name all these different religions just to be negative and put anybody down. But if you go and look them up one by one, they're all going to be based on your effort. Were you good enough? I know I'm not good enough. That's why I have to say, please, I'm not good enough. It's your human effort, your own human morality that you were able to carve out and cultivate and sustain, or your rituals. That's it. It's either divine accomplishment, something that has already been done once for all, delivered to the saints for you to take them up on, or your own human achievement. And when you look into all those religions, that's what it is. Are you good enough? Have you done this enough? And I think all of that watering down with, all these religions being thrown at you is a distraction. And if you look into a lot of these, they have like super heavy pagan roots. I mean, it takes not much research whatsoever. For someone who's being honest and objectively trying to weigh things, I think if somebody's truly being fair and honest and they start to try to pit these against each other, it will not take long for them to see, wait a minute, this dude that wrote this book, this is how he lived and what he was doing? The people that believe in that, this is the kind of practices that they participated in. This was their lifestyles. This was the kind of things they did. Nobody does any homework, though. What's up, Drew? What's up, man? Thank you for this blessing. Number one. What's up, Drew's number one? What's up, Drew's number one? Thank you, bro. That little fox looks like Shredder with that hat. What's your favorite food over there? My favorite food's always gonna be Chinese food, man. I love chow mein, pork fly lice, pan fried noodles, pot stickers, fried chicken, the Chinese fried chicken. Oh my gosh, bro. It's yours, David. It's yours, bro. David, here's the thing, and you might not fall into that camp, but there's a lot of things that I hate to use the word non-believers because it sounds like, to me at least, it sounds almost like a culty thing to say. The non-believers, I don't know. I don't. I maybe I shouldn't have said that. I know that it could be received that way though. But there's a lot of things that non-believers, I mean, for example, evolution, that's like a reverse engineering. That's I forget the term, but that's more of like a assumed science. Like you can't prove evolution off the scientific method. You can't prove the Big Bang off the scientific method. You can't prove, I mean, you could. How the heck I haven't had this conversation in so long. Because you got like observational science and you got historical science. And I think what it is a lot of time anti-faith people will use the legitimacy of observational science. Like things like my little stream deck that I got right here now. This computer that I'm on, my phone. Obviously, society is very technologically advanced. And you would think, well, the scientists must have a pretty good grasp on what they're doing because look at the things we have at our fingertips. But what happens is they use that to then put their stamp on historical science and be like, hey, we're the scientists, bro. Look, we gave you an iPhone, so trust us about the fact that the Earth is 800 gajillion years old and you came from a piece of bacteria. Which is totally not fair because those are completely different kinds of science. There was no way to observe that. And you can't use the scientific method on that because nobody was there. And you'd have to assume a lot of things when you reverse engineer, which if you're from the very start, like going into it, if you're already of the opinion that a creator and creation is ridiculous, then you're not going to pay any heed to a firmament or a different type of atmosphere, allowing people to live longer, not allowing the sun to penetrate the earth as it does today and affect people in the way it does today. I mean, there's even studies. I was listening to it literally in a podcast today. I think it was JRE. And, oh gosh, I shouldn't even have said that. It wasn't like Joe Rogan came up with it, but they were talking about an article and they were doing research on the show about how people in planes, pilots and stewardesses and stuff like that, they're actually more prone to get cancer, to get melanoma because they are so close. They're so much closer to the sun, so on such a consistent basis. I mean, look at that. Even just from being here to being a plane, just them being in the plane as often as they are, they're more prone to getting melanoma. That alone. And then think of the difference in the atmosphere and a canopy and the type of, it was just an entirely different world that existed at that time. So when people backtrack, they don't consider a global flood. So they come up with all these different Mesozoic and Paleozoic and all these different things, even though there's things growing. They found trees. They found trees. I think they even found some, I don't know if it was like a bigger animal or what. They found proof, they found evidence of things growing through the different ages. I don't remember if it was in the Grand Canyon or what, but they had where it went from this age to that age. I don't even remember. It was like Paleozoic, Mesozoic, something. And they found something that was growing through like multiple, which should, if that science is accurate, shouldn't be possible. And they're always finding new discoveries when they're trying to carbon date and realizing that that's not really up to speed either. And that's always inaccurate. They found some, I think it was a pig or something like that, and they carbon dated different parts of the body, and one of them said that it was like, I don't know how many thousands of years older than another part of its same body. Marco Liao, if I understand what you're saying correctly, I have never, and again, I'm someone that's obsessed with this. I'm not somebody that has what they refer to as blind faith. I'm somebody that, I mean, you guys, you know how I am by now. I question everything. I'm like the best person to talk to you about faith in the scriptures because I'm the most non-trusting person you'll ever meet. I look into everything. I don't take anything or anybody's word for anything. I always check everything. And I've never come across, I've never read anything, I've never discovered anything, Marco, that makes science and God butt heads. Ever. It always affirms God. Always. It is the most blatant showing that it's nothing but political agenda, because there's no science that makes God look bad. Being the creator of the earth, everything that is in the earth in existence that is observable has to adhere to the laws of creation and its creator. It's not possible for it to defy God. And that's why so much science and findings and discoveries and archaeology is hidden. How many things, and this isn't conspiratorial. Use the internet yourself. How many things have the Smithsonian done away with, lost, destroyed? This is constant. What's up, Mona Kenny? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Lass, I just saw your message. Oh my gosh. I'm very sorry to hear that. I'm very sorry to hear that. I mean, just from that statement alone, you seem you seem to have quite a resilient head on your shoulders. That's admirable. And it's admirable how you responded to such a tragedy. Too many people turned the other way. I've said this so many times on this channel. So many people turned the other way. And again, this is more ammunition for me to hurry up and make my first stupid video. Some of the greatest atheists you've ever heard of, when you listen to their story, when you listen to their origin story, when you listen to their villain arc, it's always some kind of tragedy, some prayer that wasn't answered, someone that passed away, and they got enraged and they started to hate God, which is always funny. I always say, how the heck do all these people hate God how do they hate a God so much that they don't believe in? It's fascinating. But that's what it always is. It's always emotion. It's not logic. It's not seeking truth and objectivity. And I don't want to insult anybody here. There's probably atheists in here that can say, that's not the case for me. I get it. I need to find ways to be more gracious and patient when I'm talking about atheists who make it their life's work. I'm not just talking about atheists who just, they just happen to be one. I'm talking about atheists that have made it their life's mission to get on a platform and smear the name of God and lead people astray, and it fires me up. But you went the other way. The first question we have to ask in this discussion are humans capable of making mistakes. I feel like you're leading me down a path. I don't know if this is a trick question, because then you'll be like, well, then isn't it a mistake to claim faith in God? But absolutely. Are humans capable of making mistakes? Absolutely. I make mistakes. I believe, I don't want to exaggerate, but I believe every day. Absolutely, Heartless Steve. Billy the Kidder, thank you, bro.
We are family.
I got Billy
all my
Kidder
homies
with me.
We are family.
Thank you for blessing this community, bro. Oh, Chrissy
'Cause I got all
J.
my homies with
Chrissy
me.
J just became
We
a green
are
gal tonight. A
family.
green gal.
'Cause I
got
got
Chrissy
all my
J
homies
with
with
me.
me. We are family. 'Cause I got all my homies with me. We are family.
Thank you very much, Billy the Kidder. Thank you,
'Cause
bro.
I got all
Never
my
kidding
homies
around.
with me.
I just want to address something because I care about you and your findings, Jay Smith. I was seeing some of what you were saying and how ARJR is responding as well. And I've said this before, and this is very, 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 very important. There's a lot of branches of religion that have popped up because of doing things like what's referred to as proof texting, where you base all of these beliefs off of this and that and this other scripture, or even off of this book and that book. And what we have to do is we have to. So look, again, I'm speaking for myself because I know there's people in here that are like, I don't care about that. I don't care about the scriptures. But what I need to do is I need to make sure that I'm considering the complete authoritative word of God. There may be a scripture that Paul writes that seems to contradict something that James writes. And my responsibility with this word that has been delivered in full to me is to have a grasp on it as a whole, to make sure that something is not contradicting something else. And if I have a comprehensive enough understanding of it as a whole, that it's just like if you're reading a book in class and you got to do a book report or something, and maybe you didn't read the whole book. Maybe you just read like chapters 1 through 3, and it asks you a question, and you feel like you got enough of a whiff of it from the first read, and you actually think, oh, I remember this, but then the teacher's like, what the heck are you talking about? Because if you would have read the whole thing, you would have seen, oh, this thing, it sheds light on this, and then it balances that out, and then this comes into play, and this is the real answer. So it's like you really do have to consider everything as a whole. It is one complete. Even though it is 66 books, it is one complete work. Yeah, I appreciate all you guys hanging in here right now. I know it'd be easy to dip on a conversation like this. Jay Smith, who told you that, bro? Who told you they was handpicked? Who told you that, bro? I mean, it was a consensus over quite a bit of time from quite a bit of people. I don't want you to get the idea that it was this manipulated, very controlled thing behind closed doors, you know. Marloca, thank you for doing it.
'Cause I got all my homies with me.
Oh my gosh, I'm behind. Okay. Thank you, Marloca, for blessing. I am back, Eels. And Marloca again. Marloca out here responding to herself.
'Cause I got all my homies with me.
Man, I appreciate the wisdom. I'm trying to find out what I believe in myself. You know who has been like, And look, let's not be petty right now. I know it's a meme. I know we make fun of his comedy and stuff. And he's made out of mahogany. You know who has been a blessing to me lately, and who is just, I remember, gosh, man, I had this book, and I try to be careful when I read books, even if it's by a Christian author, you know, because a lot of people, unfortunately, like to make a business of God and godly things. But I was reading a book by someone who I have a lot of respect for. And it was simply extracting things from the scriptures themselves and things that we're supposed to pray for. You know, believe it or not, we're not supposed to treat God like a genie and only pray for, I want this and I want that. And can you do this? There's a quote that says something along the lines of, you must honor the physician before you have need of him. Which is like saying, you know, if you really believe in this God like you're saying you do, maybe you should make it a habit of being a worshipful servant, showing honor and love and admiration and loyalty, being a worshiper, being in prayer, and not only going to him when you have an emergency. And one of the things that and you know, it was going on about different types of things that the scriptures actually call us to pray for. And so that's why, and I'm setting it up like this because it might seem like a weird thing for me to have been praying about. But I remember one time I was praying about Joe Rogan. Because I remember, I don't know how many years ago, this might have been around, when I prayed this might have been around 2019, I don't know, somewhere around there. And I remember I would hear him have conversations about God, about faith, about the scriptures, about history, archaeology. And I remember him having, and I'm responding to what you said, Don Fry, the mustache guy. Sometimes he would be blasphemous, sacrilegious. He would say things that I didn't love. But it consistently seemed like he was actually, well, didn't he had that show, right? Joe Rogan Questions Everything. It seemed like he was actually questioning and seeking and trying to find out the truth. Like he was legitimately trying to find the truth. Not just having a good time, making fun of it, making light of it, trying to be the straight man while he made fun of the goofy psycho Christian. It seemed like he was actually trying to pick people's brains and trying to go somewhere with it. I don't know if you guys know this. Did you guys know that Joe Rogan goes to church now? I didn't know that till like 2 weeks ago. I skipped ahead in my story. I prayed that God would save him. I prayed that God would save him because of the voice that he has in this generation and the type of impact that he would have. I mean, it would just be a miraculous, I mean, it would be an unbelievable wave. It would just, the people that would be exposed to that, it was, I couldn't get it out of my head. And it was because it seemed like he was truly seeking and yearning for something. And that was all I needed to hear. It was like there was a seed planted there. It wasn't like I just started praying out of nowhere for like Bonnie Blue or like El Chapo, you know. I started to hear him talk about, and I'm like, this dude is hurting somewhere. This dude has that God-shaped hole that he's trying to fill. This dude, that was all I needed to hear. And I was like, God, he is seeking you. Don't allow someone on this wicked earth where everyone has seemingly forgotten about you. Don't allow this person who's actually seeking you and questioning to be unheard. Answer him. Give him clarity. Put the right people in his path. Then everything with the coronavirus happened, and he started being like, wow, I used to believe in this. I believed in nothing but science, even though, again, science does not contest God. I used to believe in that. I used to be agnostic. I didn't care about this. But the more I saw the facade and the wickedness of this earth and the agenda and how they try to brainwash you and they lie in the sleight of hand and they tell you this, and he saw, like, it's like I tell people, it's like I tell my kids. I'll just leave it at this. Be critical thinkers, you know. Don't take people's words for it. And Don Fry the mustache guy, I believe because because of what I believe, because of what I believe in regard to the God that I believe in. I don't believe when somebody is saying, I'm trying to find out what to believe. If they're sincerely seeking that, I don't believe that the God I believe in would say, I believe if you're truly seeking truth, you'll find it. I believe when people are distracted by the plethora of religions, it's because maybe they didn't really want to take one of those movies home from Blockbuster. I mean, I know I tend to be like, I like to buy stuff. When I can't buy something, it's like, I wish I could get that. And then when I get the money, it's like, you know what? I'd rather save it. I don't think I ever really wanted to buy something. I think I just thought I wanted something because I wasn't able to get it. Then when I actually have money, it's like, let's pay down this credit card. Let's put it in the bank. And I think the plethora of religions is too often an excuse, because if anybody did their homework and some critical thinking, it wouldn't take long to see certain things. People are like, what? You dig into just a little bit of history and it starts to look very wackadoodle very quickly. I mean, Einstein, the problem with Einstein, I mean, look at Martin Luther King Jr. That dude was a philanderer. He full of orgies, cheating on his wife all the time. Bro, don't go tell the nation how to live if you can't keep your own house in order. Makes me sick, man. Two-Face. So Einstein's just a dude, just like Michael Jordan, just like Jimmy Fallon, just like Homer Simpson. Einstein said, I believe in Spinoza's God who reveals himself in the lawful harmony of the world. Yes, but then here's the problem. Especially when you're Einstein, you feel like you have this creative license to just say whatever. Because people, just like Bob Dylan, he'll just say whatever. And people are like, whoa, that's so deep, just because of who they are. So Einstein added the second part, not in a God who concerns himself with the fate and the doings of mankind. That tells me, oh, Einstein didn't want to have anyone with authority over him. He didn't want anyone telling him what to do, how to live, how to act, carte blanche, do whatever you want, no slap on the wrist. You can go have relations with a dog if you want. I mean, anybody could just add that. There's a lot of theories, bro. I saw some dude on the news a couple weeks ago that said he was Jesus. There's theories all over, bro. Heck yeah, I understand, Jay Smith. You're probably already asleep, bro. Love you, man. Mar Loca, thank you. Thank you. This fox is still out there trying to share this heart. He got so much heart. This dude got more heart than, I was trying to say that dude's name. What's his name? Alex Morono. This fox has got more heart than Alex Morono. So much love being spread around tonight, and the first time I've ever felt like I was in the minority for believers, but also accepted. An eye-opening experience that we could be different, but share love. Absolutely. There's a lot of people that put the classification of Christian on themselves that unfortunately come off as very abrasive, as you said, and push people away. And I know I could sometimes be like that myself. I only tend to be like that with people like Red and Link, who have made it their life's mission to badmouth Christ. And I think what the world needs is someone else to oppose them with just as much enthusiasm, not hate, not vitriol, but passion. And I would love to do that. And you know what I've thought before? I've legitimately thought this, that maybe, I've thought this a lot lately, that maybe that's why this channel hasn't become as successful as I'd like it to be. Because God's saying, hey, dummy, why don't you do something that would actually be meaningful and have a real eternal impact on this world, instead of talking about Paige Van Zandt, huh? I've thought about that a lot, because it makes no sense. I'm a humble person, but it makes no sense that my channel is doing the way that it's doing. And I've often thought that maybe God was trying to save me from myself. Maybe he's trying to say, hey, I'll wait. When are you going to make that other channel you've been talking about for 6 years to praise me instead of yourself? Ooh. Wow. Oh. Love you, man. I'm glad we had you as long as we did, Angel. Dang it, I'm far behind. Buenos nachos, Jessica. I kind of feel like you kicked it off, Octopus. You know what, Octopus? Oh my gosh, bro. You know what, Octopus? For what it's worth, I feel like this conversation tonight could be credited to and attributed to pepperoni. And I don't know if that means anything to you or how much, but this conversation wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for pepperoni. And whoever's life might have been affected in even the smallest way tonight, it will never change. The fact will never change that was sparked because of pepperoni's life. Oh, snap. Billy the Kidder, I didn't know that, bro. Who knows, man? I want to and I should. You know what? I wonder if that's what it is. I've had like this weird guilt, maybe, for I don't know how many years now. that I keep prioritizing UFC over God. I'm talking about Israel Adesanya being a DJ instead of speaking of eternal things. Just as easily as I've, made this channel into whatever the heck it is, I could have made another channel by now, and I haven't. I've been running away from Nineveh, and I definitely feel like I've been in the belly of a whale for more than 3 days. Honestly, I feel inadequate. I feel comfortable talking on here about it with you guys. It comes up organically, but man, I don't play around with that, man. Starting another channel, that's life and death. That's eternity. That'll be like the most important thing I've ever done. I don't take that lightly, and it's scary. It's easy to come on here and talk about some fighters, but I hesitate because I feel like I am inadequate. I mean, I make a channel like that, I'm gonna get 65-year-old professors that have built, brick by brick, their entire persona and character off of hating God and trying to disprove him with all their findings and pinpoints. And I mean, I'm up against it. My phone is way too dim. Wow. I just received a very generous donation so that I could get a private jet to spread the name of Christ. No, I'm just kidding. I just received a very generous donation by a very loving individual who ironically can also be very threatening and scary from time to time, telling me that that it's good that I'm in prayer and that it's good that I have faith in God and heaven, because I'm going to end up being there if I spill the beans on their identity. And I want to say thank you very much for your kind words and for encouraging and for motivating me. It really means a lot, and it's definitely tipping the scales for me over here. Thank you. The junction I constantly end up is the existence of willpower. If going pure by the book, then willpower can't exist. We're completely subject to our emotions, wants, feelings, etc. We do what we feel, like instead of what we should. If we are just meat machines, we don't have any actual agency and thus no willpower. That's why a meth addict will stay on meth and not change their ways for their family, but that's not the case. We do have agency. We're capable of extraordinary feats whilst every part in our body tells us no. Not gonna lie, I was an addict for a long time and threw everything away, which made me go down this whole line of thinking. Understandable, man. Hey, I'll tell you this, Don Fry, the mustache guy. Something that I've struggled with that sounds kind of ridiculous. I was raised in a like I said, my beliefs have changed a little based on my studies, but to speak generally, I was raised in a Christ-believing household. And I've often struggled with the fact that, when you are raised in a Christ-believing household, you can be a victim of a sort of state of taking things for granted sometimes. Being complacent, unfortunately, getting a little bit too familial and too comfortable. I have found that a lot of the time, people that were addicts, people that were in jail, people that had significant issues, they actually seem to appreciate their salvation even more because they experience such a transformation. That's something that I've struggled with, because it's like, I've never done drugs. I've never drank alcohol. I didn't go to jail. I didn't break the law. I didn't struggle with that. So it's always kind of like, I never had that big 180 moment. And there's been times where I've seen people who had that, and I almost kind of felt a little, I don't know the right way to express it, not envious, but like, I didn't get to have that. I say that to say that there's no shame in having a background. I've seen the best transformations from that. But to what you were saying, I'm hoping I follow here. It looks like you're saying if we're so determined to go by the book as far as follow the scriptures, then how can we have any real agency? Because now we're just follow the scriptures, follow the scriptures, follow the scriptures. I think that's what you're saying, right? And you're saying if that's the case, then willpower can exist, because I'm not sure I completely understand here. So if I kind of think I understand what you're saying here, our emotions, our wants, our feelings, again, speaking for myself, they're superficial and they're materialistic and they're wicked. The heart is deceitful above all things. Who can know it? A lot of times you'll hear people say that, follow your heart, follow your heart. Your heart is wicked. You could tell somebody, follow your heart, and they'll say, okay, and then they'll go cheat on their wife because they think they fell in love with their coworker. I followed my heart. I personally, I'm trying to be understanding, because if I'm just dealing with myself, I'm harsh on myself. And I immediately answer, my feelings don't matter. My wants and my emotions don't matter, because they're deceitful and they're wicked and they're by default in a fallen state. I need to take direction from the Word of God. I need to be Holy Spirit led. And I forego my agency. And I say, Holy Spirit, reside within my heart and lead me in the ways of Christ. I don't want to be who I was, because I was a fallen creature, dry bones, dead. Anything that I had to offer, filthy rags. So that's how I respond myself. My wants, emotions, feelings, who cares? They don't mean anything. And I think when you're talking about an addict, but that's not the case. We do have agency. We're capable of extraordinary feats, while every part in our body tells us no. I think what you're referring to there is people actually fighting the addiction and getting off of it. I mean, there is something within humans, and I hear agnostics and atheists say stuff like this all the time. I don't need to be in love. I have a biochemical whatever that's telling me and my lady to mate. It's evolution. there is something to be said about the self-preservation tendencies of humans. I mean, they have something within them that kind of fights in order to live, in order to survive. Just like you have a gag reflex, you have pain receptors, you have nerve endings, so you can feel pain, things that tell you. I mean, these are ways that you were designed in which you can avoid detrimental situations. I think it just becomes what we're constantly battling with is the flesh. I mean, literally, I'm talking about these things where you're talking about your body being able to fight it and wanting to overcome addiction because of what it's doing to you. The extraordinary feats, your body wants to keep doing the drug and you find a way to overcome and get on the other side of it. But that being separated from any kind of spiritual saving or tending to is temporal. Excuse me. I'm going to have to look into your Astrozorianism thing here. I mean, and this is what you do when you truly are seeking truth and knowledge. You look into everything. And if someone is making claims that Abrahamic religions came from this, I would be a fool not to do my homework to be able to respond to that. I mean, we have some pretty big Christians who hate us. I mean, yeah, unfortunately. Another thing that John MacArthur used to say all the time is he would talk with people who were a little rough around the edges when speaking with non-believers, and he would tell them, hey, remember, they're not the enemy. And I know this will sound insulting to some of you, like, I'm not someone. I think the girl in Aladdin said that, I'm no prize to be won. He would tell them, they're not the enemy, they're the mission field. You're supposed to love and care for them. You're supposed to care about their eternal salvation. You're not fighting them. Heartless Steve. You know what? Ironically, Heartless Steve showing quite a bit of heart tonight. He's showing almost as much heart as that fox. Appreciate the humility, JM. The spirit is here in this chat. Thank you, bro. It feels crazy, bro. It feels crazy, bro. I would never before organically ending up here in this moment think that I would have the ability to do this. And then it just happens. And yeah, I believe it, bro. Thank you. Thank you for your encouragement. South Africa in the house. David, this is nothing to you. I mean, it's just in general. Those phrases have always bothered me. Always. It sounds like some philosophical mumbo jumbo to me. And again, I'm not saying it to you because it's not like you coined it. If a tree falls in a forest and no one is there to observe it, does it make a sound? And I'm always like, and again, I don't know if this is a trick question and you're trying to get me at like, well, no one had to observe the Big Bang. I don't know if that's what you're doing. But I'm always like, what are they? I feel like when someone asks a question like that, it's like they're trying to lead you down somewhere. Like where are you trying to get? What are you getting at? Because it's like, of course. Like if the rain falls and no one's there to, raindrops keep falling on my head. Like if it rains and it doesn't fall on your head, is the rain still wet? Yeah, fool. Like I don't know. I've never understood when people do that, but I would say yes. Buckle up, Teddy. Good morning. Where are you from, bro? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I should read this one out loud, ARJR. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know if I've ever felt that way when you sent one. I don't know. This one just feels like personal or private. I don't know. I don't know. You let me know. I don't know. But thank you, bro. I love this. Dang. ARJR just sent 120 big ones to the PayPal. And I'm shouting that out because I want you to know how generous he is. Thank you, bro. Love you, man. Thank you very much.
Whose hot dog is this?
Thank you very much. I could tell you I needed it today. I could tell you I needed it today. Thank you, bro. Thank you very much. Oh, buckle up, Teddy. We're talking about your eternal salvation, homie. Now, with every head bowed and with every eye closed, buckle up, Teddy. If you were to be assassinated tonight, no, I'm just playing, bro. I'm trying to lighten them. I'm trying to. Oh, there's no mood to be lightened. I've actually enjoyed this very much. Tom's eye, of course. Heck yeah, heartless. I was about to make a joke. Wait a minute, was your heart removed? Because you're heartless and you said it was stupid joke. I love that, Takis. I say that all the time. It's a religion. That's why I said earlier the public education system is its own religion. It requires faith. They tell you these things, and if they're teaching you about Italy, if they're teaching you about the globe, if they're teaching you about Antarctica, if they're teaching you about evolution, if they're teaching you about anything and you weren't there for it, chanclas on the ground, that requires faith. I'm sorry. I know you like to say, I don't have faith. I'm smart. That's faith. If your lady tells you, hey, where are you at? I'm at Taco Bell. That requires faith. If you're not able to track her on your phone, which if you're not, you guys got to have that conversation. If you're not able to track her, that requires faith. I mean, it doesn't only have to do with God. That's not how people think faith is a bad word. Oh, I would never have faith. I'm too intelligent for that. You have faith when you pick up your phone and dial somebody that it's going to ring and it's going to operate the way that it's supposed to. You have faith that when you tilt this bottle, you're going to have this fantastic ice peach lemonade drink. That's just how it operates. You're going to have faith in something. You're going to have faith in the fact that there is no God and that you're not going to have any issues in eternity. You're going to have faith in something. No dojo only trains the body, we must also train the mind. Buckle up, Teddy. I really don't think that Tom is faking his eye injury, but usually I'm a skeptic. Like, I totally believe that Ilya put on the court case to duck Armin. Heck yeah, bro. I like it. I like it, bro. Tinfoil beanies. Oh my gosh. I just received a very generous $50 donation from someone who prefers to remain unanimous, and they are responding strongly to JR's support and encouragement. And even though they are aggressively fighting to remain a secret, they also it's kind of a bipolar relationship. They're very aggressive in nature, but also very, very kind-hearted and supportive, and wanting to make sure that the channel is blessed. And I'm very thankful for it. Oh my gosh. Big Daddy Tank Nugs. Hey, I apologize, bro. This is the first I've even seen your name in here tonight, bro. I apologize. I don't want you to feel like you're having a conversation with yourself. Oh, dang. David Flores. I understand, bro. Hey, Marilena texted me like 30 minutes ago. I should probably dip. I should probably dip very soon as well. I understand, bro. Oh, dang. Oh, dang. It's getting freaky. It's getting freaky, David. Oh, my. ARJR just slapped down 30 big ones in the PayPal. He said, I ain't heard no bell. I ain't heard no bell. Ain't so bad. Ain't so bad. Thank you, ARJR. I ain't heard no bell. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Yeah, buckle up, Teddy. I concur, bro. And you know what? I don't even personally. Somebody said, I think I know who it was, but I don't want to say it because I don't know if I'm wrong. Someone referred to me the other day as very religious, and I was like, brother, I don't like to say that. That sounds dirty to me. Like, I'm pretty sure like every every instance in the scriptures where they use the word religious is I really hope I'm not speaking incorrectly here, is usually in a negative light. Speaking of like the stuffy religious leaders, the Sadducees and the Pharisees and those types of dudes that were like of the old school, and they had this kind of egotistical hierarchy and all the adornments and stuff like that. I don't think of myself as religious, and I would never say, hey, I'm religious, or can you guys not do that? I'm religious. Or, as a religious person, I would never say, it sounds gross. Sounds like a bad word to me. I don't consider myself to be religious. I have faith, as all of you guys have faith in everything. You have faith when you turn the knob, your sink water is going to come out. I have faith in Christ. And I base that off of Christ's nature, his character, the death, burial, resurrection. I base it on extra biblical writings, people that referred to and alluded to and referenced Christ and his followers, and not even in a positive light. These weren't even people who were trying to affirm him. These are people that called them kind of crazy and referenced the things that they were doing based off of archaeology, historical findings, maps. That's just what I have my faith in, and I try my best to be Christ-like. I'm never like, I'm religious. I don't like that. What the heck? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We have a war. Oh. Thank you, bro. Thank you, ARJR. ARJR just slapped down big in the PayPal. ARJR just slapped down big in the PayPal. And immediately after him, anonymous individual slapped down in the PayPal as well and told me to just say these simple words and nothing else. They told me to say these simple words in all caps, and it says, "It's on." Stop the fight! Oh, dang. Oh, man. Dang it. Oh my gosh, why am I so far back? I was seeing something that I wanted to respond to right now. Whoa, I'm far back. Wait a minute. Why does it say GM stop hating on MMA Guru? What the heck? I don't have any beef with the MMA Guru. Why are you saying that? Oh my gosh, I'm so far behind. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I'm way behind. Bro, I don't even know if you're here anymore. Hashtag selfie. Can you wish me and my girl a happy Valentine's Day and maybe mention scratching your beanie in that? We watch you and thinks it's hilarious. Hashtag selfie. I think you left this message about 4 hours ago because I'm very, very behind. But I would say this if you're still here. Hashtag selfie and Mrs. Hashtag selfie. I would like to say, you know, in regard to Valentine's Day, I was actually pretty perturbed earlier because I was wondering why in the world isn't there. I mean, we just went on a 5-6 week hiatus and we were fiending for some MMA fights and they finally came back and now they're already gone again. What's going on? And I was wondering, what am I going to do with my weekend? And I was over here scratching my beanie, trying to figure out what to put on the calendar. And maybe I'm going to stream. Maybe we're going to bust open some scripture. I don't know. But then I realized, oh, snap. It's Valentine's Day on Saturday. So it's a good thing I didn't go inside talking about, what am I going to do this weekend? There's no streams to Marilena, because then she'll be like, oh, he didn't have any plans. I thought he was going to take me to Red Robin. And, you know, being that it is Valentine's Day, I wish you, hashtag selfie, and Mrs. Hashtag selfie, a wonderful Valentine's Day. And maybe we'll see you at Red Robin. I can't believe, okay, listen. ARJR, he left this comment like 6 hours ago. A conversation like this is why I became a member and decided to support the way I do. I had to scroll so far back to see this. If anybody did a super chat or something before that and I missed it, I feel disgusting and I apologize because I don't want to miss anything. If I missed it, if it's after that, I'm going to scroll down and see them all right now. If it was before that, I apologize profusely. Please tell me that I missed it so I can say whatever you want me to say. I think if I remember how to use this, I might be able to find if there was anything before that. I don't think it'll tell me if it was a membership though. Graham, okay, James Bishop. Oh, wait a minute. I did not miss it. That's after. That one's after. It says, okay. Dang it. Who said that? Who said that? You punk. ARJR, thank you for the membership, bro.
We are family. 'Cause I got all my homies with me.
And Heartless Steve with the self-inflicted membership. Thank you, bro. There is so much unprecedented comment behind the Mexican martial arts wall. Thank you, bro. Discord access, music videos, mental breakdowns. There's everything back there that you now have full access to. Thank you, bro. Thank you. James Bishop, Grandmaster is evolving into Grand Pastor. Dang. I know I've talked about it a lot, but I legitimately thought I was gonna be a preacher like a few years ago, and I don't know what the heck happened. Dang it. I want to make sure I don't miss anybody. Oh, I feel terrible. Oh no. Shoot. Recon 4863.
We are family.
Member for 5 months. Did you get to fix the timing on the chat?
I got all my homies with me.
The timing. By that, do you mean if I'm caught up? Because I'm the only reason I was caught up to that right now, I think, is, oh, wait a minute, am I caught up? It is subliminal. What are you talking about, Camille? What the heck, bro? Actually, I did, David. I used to preach at my old church from time to time. I was kind of the unofficial assistant pastor, actually. I forgot about that. I wasn't like ever, but I was kind of like the unofficial assistant pastor. And I was the worship leader. I used to lead the band, the music. Yeah, Seven Plague, it hits hard, bro. I've seen it, and it's a beautiful thing to see, man. Dang it. I guess I'm caught up, Recon. I think I'm finally here. 3 hours later. No one, you know. Oh my. ARJR just slapped down 50 big ones and says, this punk's never been 15 rounds before. I don't even know if that's a Mickey quote. I don't remember that. This punk's never been 15 rounds before. That sounds more like a Mickey quote. Oh, you know what? Was that Apollo? This punk's never been 15 rounds before. I don't know. That's my best Apollo. He said, this punk's never been 15 rounds before. Ding, ding. Thank you, ARJR. Relentless. Relentless. Ordinary P, what's up, man? One thing about Grandmaster, he was not on the Epstein list. I'm just nervous, bro, till they release the next 3 million. I'm just nervous, bro. There's a lot of hearsay, you know? Dang. They released the Einstein files. Oh, no, I'm good here. Oh, there you go.
We are family.
I got Recon 4863. Oh. I was hoping it would line up. Heck yeah. Some understand. Oh, good. He didn't see the secret Tom chat we're having. Wait, what the? GM missed my second question. Oh, snap. How long ago was that? You should put a happy V-Day for them in your next video. Shoot. I'm going to have to... I don't know if it timed out, if I could go back and see his handle again. I could just watch the video. I'll try to find it. That would actually be funny. I'm glad you brought that up. Oh, hashtags life. There it is. There it is. All right. I'm fully caught up now. Hey, why do people keep calling him Jallington? Isn't his name Jailton? Jailton Almeida. Wait, is that like I look stupid now. Am I out of the loop? Is that like a funny nickname for him or something? I guess. I think I'm out of the loop. Oh, snap. James Bishop. Thank you for staying here as late as you did, bro. Heartless, it's thank you very much again, James Bishop. We all love you here, man. Heartless, some people have problems, like YouTube just doesn't want me to have members on here or something, man. There should be a little $sign somewhere down below, like around the chat, that you could click on and gift a membership. But sometimes people say it's just literally not there. Ooh, Frosty Queens. Frosty Queens. Gonna go have some drinks at the Iron Bird Cafe. Steak fries. Homie hit Anki on the keyboard. I was scrolling, bro. And I will scroll 500 miles. And I will scroll 500 miles. I want you to know that I'm very, very depressed right now. I uploaded a video today. And it is doing atrociously. It's doing atrociously. And I'm going to need all of you guys to watch it. Okay, you guys already know I almost hit some crackhead lady outside the Iron Bird Cafe. She walked out from behind the Jeep. Oh no. Ay, ay, ay. And then she gave you the Iron Bird. Well, thank you, Jane Caulfield. I was very proud of it. Thank you, Jeffrey James. Thank you. And Jeffrey, it shows up later. It's just a little preview. Heck yeah, ARJR. Heck yeah. Thank you, David. I appreciate that, Jane. I had fun with that one. I want to start adding that more consistently. That part was fun for me. It made it different. It made it feel more produced. I know. They were telling me on the back end, Lord Racer, and I was like, shut up your mouth. Shut up your mouth. Well, you guys already know what happens when I get to the end of the chat. You already know this. It's Marilena was texting me a long time ago, and I should have been in a long time ago. And I have a shoot early in the morning that I got to prepare for. Oh, that's actually perfect. That's perfect. That makes me feel better. Because I always feel like I need to go earlier and earlier to not inconvenience people. So that's perfect. I had a anonymous person, generous person just bless me in the PayPal right now. And I want to let all you guys know that tomorrow on the Patreon, the movie night is going to be at 6 p.m. PST. 6 p.m. West Coast time. Steven Seagal, Hard to Kill. It's going to be fantastic. Thank you very much again for the contribution. Heartless Steve tried to gift a membership, but it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. So ridiculous. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do this on behalf of Heartless Steve, which again is ironic because he's very heartless. I mean, he's very... because he has a tremendous amount of heart. I'm tired, ladies and gentlemen. It's ironic because he... Oh, for real, Ordinary Pete? Because he has a tremendous amount of heart, okay? Here's what I'm going to do. This is on behalf of Heartless Steve, okay? Somebody is going to get this membership right now. And it's all because of Heartless Steve, okay? This is the moment that a Heartless Steve got his heart. And I'm going to give this to myself.
We are family.
Jabba 1996.
Cause I got all my homies with me.
Was just blessed by Heartless Steve. Every time that a gifting song goes off.
We are family.
Every time a gifting song goes
I got
off.
all my homies with me.
A Heartless Steve gets his hearts. Congratulations, Jabba 1996. Hopefully you're not a hate watcher and you actually appreciate the gift. All credit to Heartless Steve. How could you be so heartless? ARJR with the membership
We are
in response.
family.
In
'Cause
response.
I got all my homies
On behalf
with
of
me.
Heartless, look at this, brother. Look at this, brother. ARJR just slapped down 100 big ones in the PayPal? $100 for them Costco weenies, as we affectionately refer to them in this community. 100 big ones, and he just said the very simple message, here you go, in their face. Stop the fight! ARJR, this is very significant. This is very significant. This is stream changing. Thank you. Thank you very much, bro. Oh my goodness. Marloca,
We
thank you
are
for the membership.
family. 'Cause I got all my homies with me.
Thank you for blessing Derpa Derpa. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Marloca. Thank you, What's Up, Drew,
We are family.
for blessing Mr. Fugue Newt.
'Cause I got all my homies with me.
Thank you, What's Up, Drew. Dang. Right into the wheels fall off. I appreciate it. You guys have been here with me for a while. Dang! We started streaming 3 hours ago. Dang, we're doing a Mexican fight companion right now. Jim could call out tomorrow. I wish, bro. I don't want to shoot tomorrow, bro. I don't want to do it. Dang, you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Let's see how amazing you are, actually. Let's see just how amazing you are, actually. There's 61 people here right now. There's 61 people here right now. So let's see if we could get 61 more. Okay, there's 62 now. There's 65 now. There's 65 people here right now. Let's see how solid these people are. Let's see if we could get 65 more views on this video right here as soon as we leave this stream. And I will tell you right now, this video that I just linked here is the best video that I've ever made today. I'm very proud of it. It's different. It's innovative. Thank you, ARJR.
We are family.
I hope that you could all go watch it. I hope that you could
'Cause I
like,
got all my
comment,
homies
subscribe,
with me.
hype, share, watch to the end, watch it again as you fall asleep. Thank you,
We are
Marloca.
family. 'Cause I got all my homies with me.
Let's see. Let's put your views where your mouth is. Thank you, Jane. I appreciate it. If you guys, again, I was very disturbed. It discouraged me, and I was like, why the heck am I gonna even write these things and do my stand-up and, you know, hit the club? You know how much I went out of my way to go to the nightclub and hire someone to record it for me and send me the footage. Like, I went far out of my way. I went on a field trip. You guys gotta watch it. You gotta watch it to know what I'm talking about. Heck yeah. Thank you, Ordinary P. ARJR.
We are family. 'Cause I got all my homies with me.
Listen, this stream was insane. It was different. I could have never anticipated it. Might be the funnest, best stream I've ever done. It's so fulfilling to talk about stuff like this. And just unreal, the amount of you that stayed throughout and participated and didn't rage quit. You know, I really appreciate it. You guys are amazing. And I hope that you always know and understand that this is a receptive community. This is a loving community. This is a community of people, like, even if we disagree, we do it like people who care about each other and have respect for each other. And as I am someone that is much more concerned with doing the right thing in the eyes of my God than doing the right thing in the eyes of men and women, even though that's my priority, and sometimes I might be a little passionate about that, at the end of it, I have respect for everybody, and someone who believes like I believe truly believes what they believe. And I know it might sound insulting to some people, but that means I believe some people are lost, and I care about them, and I don't want them to be lost. I want to be able to chill out with them later, So you're never feeling any kind of aggression or confrontation or anything like that. That's passion. That's me saying, I want to spend some more time with you guys. And it's always love and respect. And it's amazing to me that all the wonderful people in here are able to sustain that and not go crazy and hate each other in the comments. This is like no community anywhere else. Very thankful for it. Thank you everybody for being here. Heck yeah, Bruce Wayne. Thank you everybody for being here. It was amazing. Thank you so much. I did not expect the support and the contributions and the donations. That came out of nowhere too. It wasn't feeling like it was going to be that kind of stream. It ended up being a huge blessing. So thank you for that as well. Thank you for being transparent and honest and sharing your stories and your thoughts and your feelings. It was amazing. I want to tell you what kind of guy he is. ARJR slapped down 50 big ones in the PayPal. He said, like I said before, sometimes OT isn't for me. ARJR has said this before in the chat. Sometimes he gets OT. And he's like, now I know why I got it, to bless you. This is the kind of dude that he is. I can't even tell you how much it helps right now, specifically, ARJR. It's not an accident, bro. It's not an accident. Mr. Unbelievable. Thank you very much. Truly. It's not an accident. Thank you, everybody. You all be safe out there. And, hey, put your due diligence where your mouth is, Maybe, pick up a book, read something, say some prayers, look up at the stars, Share your heart. See what happens. You might be surprised.
I'm not surprised.
Thank you for watching Mexican Martial Arts. Appreciate it.